Hey, hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Tell me, do you like Minecraft? Do you like survival games? Are you a fan? Are you interested in early access development? And most importantly, do you like dinosaurs? Well, I have the game for you. Ark Survival Evolved. You've probably heard about it. It's the next big PC early access survival game craze. You know, like Minecraft, DayZ, Rust, The Forest, and all these other games. Surely you've heard about them. Early access PC survival games have become big. I was about to come with some sort of analogy or something to connect to that, but no, they're just big. There's nothing else to say. They are big. They compete with MMOs. They compete with the big-name first-person shooters. They even compete with the bloody MOBAs. Survival games have become one of the next big crazes. They've become increasingly popular, but not too many games have been able to hit the same success that Minecraft and DayZ hit up until a point. And now we have Ark Survival Evolved, and it's a very different kind of PC early access survival game. For one thing about Ark that you should keep in mind is that the developers of the game are experienced developers. The developers working on Ark have worked on other games before, and they've worked at different development studios, and now they all came together to make Ark. And it shows. You can see the talent, you can see the craftsmanship, you can see the experience in a lot of things. Of course, there has to be some drawbacks. This is early access, and they don't have an unlimited budget. But what they have been able to do, because Ark is kind of in an alpha-beta stage, kind of back and forth there. I'd swing mostly to that Ark is more of in a beta state. For a beta state, it's really well done. I've encountered very few, if none at all, bugs and glitches, and it's early access. It's early access. I've encountered very few bugs and glitches. Just a few things with the ragdoll physics, a couple clipping issues, but that's with every game. And the developers of Ark constantly update the game. They're constantly adding new news. They're constantly adding updates. And unlike other development studios, like with Minecraft, with DayZ, you got an update every few weeks. With Ark Survival Evolved, you're getting at least 1 to 2 to 3 updates every week. A week hasn't gone by since Ark's release where it hasn't gotten an update. That goes to show you that the developers really care about the game. Now, let's talk about the game itself, the gameplay. Ark Survival Evolved is a game you can play in the first person or in the third person. You have a completely customizable character, and when I say completely customizable, I do mean completely customizable. You can customize the shape and size of every part on their bodies, which is insane. You can make some pretty goofy characters or some pretty realistic ones. And like most crafting open-world games, you collect resources. You harvest berries from bushes. You chop down trees for wood. You pick up rocks. And using all these items, you build, items. With these resources, you've built actual items such as weapons, or tools, or even buildings. And then we have the dinosaurs. Gonna go on a dinosaur fanboy tangent for a moment. The dinosaurs in Ark Survival Evolved are amazing. They look amazing. The animations are pretty good for the most part. The carnivores are terrifying and challenging opponents. The herbivores they add so much life to the environment. There's so many dinosaurs walking around and everything. The world feels alive because of these dinosaurs, and they look so cool. The detail in the textures, the animations, like on their eyes when they blink, when they move their mouths, and how they attack each other. Oh my god, the dinosaurs are so lifelike. It's amazing. It's awesome. I love the dinosaurs in Ark. Alright, woo! Fanboy tangent disengaged. But in all seriousness, the dinosaurs, the wildlife, the creatures that inhabit Ark really do add so much to the game world. Usually in these open world survival games, zombies. It's always friggin' zombies. Most open world survival games have had zombies in them. And zombies, while they're cool, they're frightening, it gets to a point where you're tired of them, and zombies are, for the most part, predictable. Dinosaurs, not so much. You never know if you're going to accidentally piss off a Triceratops and it's going to try and kill you, or a bunch of carnivores are going to get into a battle to the death over some food or a corpse they found. You can like, there's so many possibilities. And since each dinosaur has a different behavior type, each dinosaur, like the herbivores, the carnivores, and even the individual herbivores and carnivores, they behave differently. They eat different foods. They hang out in different locations. It's very unique, and it lets you memorize these different characters. For instance, you know for a fact, Spinosauruses, they're always going to hang out near the water. You're always going to find a Spinosaurus near a river or a lake or near the ocean. You know you'll encounter those creatures based on the fact that they're partly aquatic. The details like that, the details to the individual dinosaurs and their personalities and their types and their species, it adds so much more to the game than just having to deal with, oh, it's an undead corpse that's going to slowly walk towards me or run towards me as soon as it sees me. Yay! The dinosaurs in Ark provide a whole new challenge and whole new experience. And there's also the fact, this is very exciting, you can tame dinosaurs. There is not a single living creature in Ark that you cannot tame. You can tame it and make them mounts, make them your pets, your bodyguards, and that's so freaking cool! I, currently in Ark, I have a pet Triceratops, I have a pet Pteranodon, I have a pet T-Rex, and a pet Spinosaurus. And you grow an attachment! You grow an attachment to these pets, these mounts. More so than in other games, because taming them is work, I'm going to admit it. Taming dinosaurs, taming creatures in Ark is a chore. But it's so satisfying when the taming process is finally finished and you have your own pet. And then you get to name them, they can help store food and supplies for you, they'll protect you. If you get attacked by some other wild animal or player, they will defend you to the damn death, which is... It gives you a good feeling knowing that you worked so hard to tame this creature and now it will do everything in its power to protect you and help you and do whatever you want. And then, this being a survival game, there's looting and crafting, and the looting and crafting system in Ark is pretty damn good. You're constantly surrounded by resources, but certain areas can run out of resources, so you have to constantly keep on the move. You have to keep exploring the environments, encounter new dinosaurs, battle, hunt, escape dangers. It gives you that feeling of exploration, of real survival, and thank God. What Ark does is sort of like a Dark Souls thing, but not as hurtful, not as impactful, not as, screw this game kind of feeling like Minecraft and DayZ, where if you die, you lose all your stuff and all your experience. In Ark, if you die, you lose all your equipment, but you keep all your experience. You keep your blueprints, which when you level up, you unlock new blueprints to build new things. You keep your blueprints, you keep your levels, you keep your stats. You lose your equipment, but since you're already leveled up, since you're experienced, you can easily build high-level gear again just by collecting resources again. And as long as you don't die again, you can always find your body with all your stuff on it and get it back. And if you've been eaten by a carnivore, you can just kill that dinosaur that ate you and get your stuff out of its stomach. Ark does so many things right. The environment, the wildlife, the looting and crafting. It's an extremely fun and addicting single-player and multiplayer experience. I highly recommend this game. Ark Survival Evolved is another game that's turned my head around at looking at early access games, because my earlier opinion, opinion I had in the past on early access games, they looked more like a scam to me. But then games like Killing Floor 2 and Ark Survival Evolved have changed my mind, and I can see the positives, the goods about early access, how you're part of the development, you can send your criticism to the devs, and they will address it, they'll fix it. They'll add the stuff you want to see. You truly are being a part of the development of this game. And they're looking for a 2016 release date, a 2016 release window, which is great. So many other early access games that stay in beta, like DayZ and Minecraft. Like, Minecraft eventually finally left... It wasn't really early access, but it kind of was. It finally left its beta state years after it was originally released. And DayZ... Has DayZ ever been fully released? I don't know, I stopped following that game a long time ago. But yeah, Ark Survival Evolved actually has a release window for when they're going to leave this beta state, which is awesome. However, in the current state of Ark, there are some things that the devs really need to address. Let's start off big. This is the biggest issue with Ark, and the issue the devs seriously need to put all their attention towards. Now, this is not a personal problem, this is a problem everybody has with the game. The game needs to be optimized. Unless you have the perfect rig, unless you have a godlike rig with like a Titan X as your graphics card, you are going to encounter lag. You are going to have to lower settings. I have a GTX NVIDIA GeForce 970 graphics card. I should be able to run this game on high settings. Nope, I have to run this on high and medium settings. And still, the frame rate still tanks. The loading screens are still unacceptably long. Ark needs optimization pronto. This game needs to be optimized for multiple systems. It needs optimization. I think everybody who plays Ark Survival Evolved can agree that the graphics, the frame rate, the video coding, it needs to be optimized. Because while the game looks gorgeous, that frame rate, the loading screens, unacceptable. The game needs to be optimized, and that's the number one issue everybody has with Ark. Now, here are just a few personal issues I have with the game. 1. There are too many fucking Mega Piranhas. There are these creatures called Mega Piranhas, which are just they're really big piranhas. But they hang out in every single water source, every single river, every single lake. There are Mega Piranhas, just trying to swim across the river to get to some new land, just going into the water to maybe have a drink or hydrate yourself, maybe pick up some rocks in the water, or kill some fish for food. There's always Mega Piranhas in the water. The game seriously needs to cut back on the Mega Piranhas. I don't mind the world of Ark being dangerous. It needs to be dangerous. This is a survival game. I need to encounter velociraptors and T-Rexes when I go exploring in hostile areas. But every single water source having Mega Piranhas, that just gets on my nerves. Maybe cut back on the Mega Piranhas. Have them in certain areas and not in others. Because the amount of Mega Piranhas in the water is it's ridiculous. You need to get into the water to hydrate and drink and all that stuff, and there's always Mega Piranhas that want to take a bite out of you. So maybe just cut back on that enemy type. Second personal issue I have, and this is with the multiplayer, and I think a lot of Ark players can agree with me. It is way too easy for players to kill you and steal your shit when you're offline. You see, when you go offline, your player character goes to sleep in whatever area that's in. And that causes issues, because any other player who was in that server, even though you've left and your character's gone to sleep, even though you're not in the game, other players that are in or were in the same server as you can kill you and take your shit. Which, I'm sorry, but that's unacceptable. I shouldn't be completely vulnerable. My stuff, my buildings, my character shouldn't be vulnerable to all the other players who are going to destroy it and steal my stuff. Like, that just creates so much rage and frustration. Thank God for single player. Unless you get like a good group of people together, or you join a clan where you know your stuff will be protected by other players who play the game at different times, that's good, that's acceptable. But newbies are fair game. They're lambs to the slaughter. There needs to be a system in place where if you leave the game and you're by yourself, other players shouldn't be able to raid your household and kill you while you sleep while you're offline. That's just not fair. Third and final personal issue I have with the game. This being early access, there are still some things they need to improve in the gameplay, in the player gameplay, how you control your character. Swimming in the water is awkward. Like, swimming in the water is fine, but swimming on the surface is awkward and difficult and weird. Melee combat is just a tad overly simple. It's just spam the same key. Maybe if we got some heavy attacks and light attacks and some blocking in there, that would be cool. It's just, in my personal opinion, I think they should flesh out the gameplay more, make little improvements here and there, just to make a better overall experience. But Ark, overall, is a great experience, and I highly recommend Ark. Even though it's in early access, I highly recommend Ark. It's a great single-player game. It's a great multiplayer game. It's great with friends. It's great with strangers. It's great by itself. It's a really fun game to play, and it's addicting. And it's that good kind of addicting, not that kind of addicting like, oh, I want to stop playing, but I need to keep going. It's the kind of addicting where, oh, I can't wait to explore the island. I can't wait to build a house. I can't wait to tame a dinosaur. I feel actual excitement and joy when I play Ark. While there, of course, are frustrations when I die, that's like with any game, I still greatly enjoy Ark. I love the dinosaurs, the wildlife. I love the crafting and building, empowering myself. And even though the combat is simple, I still enjoy getting into combat scenarios with different creatures in Ark and hunting down dinosaurs. So much fun. So I highly recommend Ark Survival Evolved. It's a great early access game. Does it have its problems? Of course, it's early access. But the wonderful thing about it is that we can help the developers improve and make Ark one of the greatest games ever. Honestly, I think, if you've read the title, Ark Survival Evolved could be the next Minecraft when this comes out. It already has modding tools in place and people are already making mods for this game. YouTube videos get millions of views by certain viewers. There are Ark Survival Evolved YouTube channels that have already sprung up. And yeah, this is a great game. It provides a lot of content. It's good fun. Yeah, I really like Ark Survival Evolved and I cannot wait for its future. This could be the next Minecraft. So let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on Ark Survival Evolved in the comments section. I don't get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment. If you liked the video, if you enjoyed the gameplay, my commentary, my opinions, please hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved in the video if you hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel and you want to support me, please consider subscribing. It helps a lot. Anyways, guys, this has been a video, and I will see you guys later.